You
I
think
think
Jakob could win the Olympics?
I think he could because he has a way of showing up for big events.
That kind of speculation is interesting though, because you could also flip it the other way, where a 17-year-old just doesn't care and has no expectations, whereas a 30-year-old that has a career and sponsors and potentially a family and all that kind of stuff feels a way heavier burden of responsibility and expectation and whatever else. I'm like,
It-
yeah, it could happen. I think on
yeah.
the men's side, I would give even odds to half the competitors, like depending on the day and depending on the setting and just how things go.
Yeah.
I think that anyone has a pretty good shot. This is Climbing Gold.
Who you guys gonna pick to win?
Yanya.
Yeah, Yanya obviously for women. And then I'd maybe go Natalia for second if I had to choose, or as a potential first. I don't know. I feel like, if Natalia had a great day, maybe she could win. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe Brooke. I don't know, actually. I'll just go Yanya.
Yeah, I had to do some predictions for Climbing Magazine, and I chose Yanya for gold. I think I said Natalia for silver and Brooke for bronze, but I could easily see a situation where that's reversed and maybe Brooke is ahead of Natalia. But I do think I'm in agreement, Yanya, for the women's combined gold.
What do we think for men? We're all like, who knows?
Yeah.
The men's
No.
field is
I feel
so
like
wide
it's going
open.
to be a huge surprise.
I know.
So it's funny because thinking back to Tokyo, if we remember, there wasn't an overwhelming favorite, but the name that I heard a lot was Tomoa. A lot of people said Tomoa was going to win in Tokyo.
But that's because he was a good speed climber as well. I mean, he literally has the opening move named after him. And so I feel like
Yes.
this year he doesn't quite have that same advantage because he's a great boulder, but he's not really a great lead climber, is he?
Yeah, you're right. He is a good lead climber, but I do think the fact that he won't have the speed is going to maybe make it harder. I still wouldn't be surprised if he gets on a podium. I don't think he will win. The question is, in my head, it's a question of experience versus youth and which one's going to come out on top. I think the two that kind of come to mind for me is like Jakob or Serato. And
You think Jakob could win the Olympics?
I think he could because he has a way of showing up for big events. Like he has so much world championship experience. And I think that that's where the younger generation might, I don't know, but they might, that might be kind of their Achilles heel because it's like, yeah, you've had pressure for World Cups. You've felt the pressure for world championships. But I think for a 17-year-old or something like that, the pressure of the Olympics could just be something that they just aren't ready for. I mean, it's so magnified.
That kind of speculation is interesting though, because you could also flip it the other way, where a 17-year-old just doesn't care and has no expectations, whereas a 30-year-old that has a career and sponsors and potentially a family and all that kind of stuff feels a way heavier burden of responsibility and expectation and whatever else. So I mean, I think that those kinds of things, it's hard to speculate with that because it's like it really could go either way. It just depends on what the competitor is bringing to it.
I think I'm gonna go youth on this one.
Yeah, I would go youth as well.
I'll pick Colin Duffy. I think that we haven't really seen him. I mean, he qualified at World Champions a year ago. We haven't really seen him climb except for like snippets on Instagram. And I don't know. He was surprising in Tokyo, and he's gone through that once, without having like crazy, like those sort of burdens of like there. And he's just, I don't know. You look at it, I'm like, I'll pick Colin Duffy on the men's side.
Way to stick to Team USA.
I know. I don't know. I was like, whatever. Who knows? It's so hard. It's so hard.
That's the thing is I'm like, yeah, it could happen. I think on the men's side, I would give even odds to half the competitors, like depending on the day and depending on the setting and just how things go.
Yeah.
I think that anyone has a pretty good shot.
Yeah, it is really incredible. There are like 8 people that probably have like a legit chance at winning gold.
I would love to see Adam do well just because I feel like he's worked so hard for it for so many years. And, I feel like if anyone, he kind of deserves it. And it's likely his last time competing like that. And so, I'd love to see him. I don't know.
Yeah. Who are you going to be rooting for? Maybe that's the question we need to ask.
I'm going to be rooting just for greatness. I want to see something rad. Like, I don't really care. I don't know. I don't care too much. I just want to see people climb their freaking hearts out.
Yeah, same.
It's a good safe answer, and I agree. I mean, sure, there's like national fandom that plays into it and stuff, but aside
Yeah,
from all that,
I'd like to
yeah,
see Jesse do well. I mean, Jesse Grouper always has the biggest smile, super nice guy. You're kind of like, oh, I'd love to see him do well. But compared to most of the other men's field, you're kind of like, oh, I'll be surprised if he beats a lot of these other names. But we'll see. He's certainly got a chance.
yeah, I don't want to see any just like disqualifications or any just like errant fluke slips or anything like that, which you can make an argument like there's no such thing as like a fluke slip, right? A slip is a slip in competition, kind of. But I just want to feel like we get a final round that's like super competitive. There's no shenanigans. There's no like, oh yeah, but if this person hadn't fallen, fluke slip or whatever. So I guess, yeah, I'm in line with Alex. Like, I just hope we get performative excellence.
Yeah, I'd like to see no injuries, no illness, and just pure performance. Like I hope that everybody is peaking on the same day. It's like I want to see everybody just freaking tear the holds off the wall, and then let the best climber win.
Lucy?
I mean, I agree. I just want to see people try really hard. And I think I'm going to end up rooting for whoever I get emotionally attached to for some strange reason. So,
Yeah.
Whichever climber gets the best little NBC bio package,
yeah,
where it's
yeah.
like they have overcome hardship, and here's their mom on the sideline crying, and you're like,
Exactly.
oh, I want to see them win. That's gonna be amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be hard for me not to root for Jenya Kezbekova because
Yeah.
of that, especially having just done that story with her. You're like, oh yeah, come on, Jenya. So yeah, I hope the setting's good. Like I hope we get, like, right. It's like I think the athletes are gonna show up for this. Yeah.
Do we want to do speed predictions? Do we want to toss those out?
Sure.
All right, my speed prediction, I'm going Sam Watson just because he holds the current world record, and also he sounds very confident in interviewing him. He was just kind of like, I'm ready to win. I was like, okay, well, power to you. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Certainly rooting for him, just because, yeah, it's like freaking could be American hero. I mean, as I told him, he'd be on the Wheaties box or something if he's the world's fastest Olympian and he sets a world record while winning gold. I'm like, oh, that's amazing. That's a great story, and I'd love to see it come together. But what about the women's side?
I think Miroslav. I think it's just hard. I think it's hard to like not look at that track record and say to yourself, it's interesting because she's kept that original data, like as you pointed out, but and the other competitors are evolving, but I just think there's something about the length of her career and the amount of time she's had with that route and just the results that she's had. It's hard not to think that that's the favorite.
I kind of agree. I if it was 6 months until Paris, then I maybe would disagree because I feel like other people would overtake her. Or if it was next year, then I'm like, I just don't think she's going to hold on for much longer. But I think for holding on another month or two, I'm like, I kind of think she might. It's like, yeah, I think she might be able to win Paris, but I guarantee she won't win in LA in 28. It's like I think that her method is just not the way.
I think Emma will do it. I think Emma Hunt will win. I think Miroslav will have a good performance. I think she'll get on the podium, but my prediction would be gold medal for Emma.
Is that because you're rooting Team USA, or you actually think Emma's going to peak at the right time and sort of pull past?
Yeah, I think I'm trying to be totally objective about it. I just think looking at Emma's time, her Pan Am record is so close to Miroslav. I think it's kind of a coin flip between the two of them. And I don't know. I'd like to think that national bias is not part of the equation. I just think like Emma has looked really, really performatively good these last couple World Cup season, getting better and better and better. And like I said, like longevity in speed climbing is really, really rare. Yeah. And Miroslav's already had the longevity for years. So I think we're kind of overdue for a changing of the guard.
Yeah, I feel the same way that we're overdue for changing the guard. I just wonder if Paris will be where the guard changes or if it'll come right after. But either way, I think the same point holds that things will be changing very quickly.